Those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Jermaine Johnson. I am your host for tonight. And just to give you my short Dun and Bradstreet, actually in the year 2000, I was one of the top 5 youth pastors in the nation. I've been in Charisma, Christianity Today, Promise Keepers, BTTBN. So I don't make an apology for how I sound because I love God and I love people. And anything that can help people live their life just out loud and on purpose, I'm all about that. So I'm not trying to sound like a salesman, but I want to be truthful with who I am. I just love people and I love seeing people's lives change. And while I was even in the ministry, even before that, 35 years ago, some of the deacons at the church started to take me around those Amway conventions, network marketing, affiliate marketing, relationship marketing, influence marketing. I don't care what you call it. I was exposed to it 35 years ago. And this right here, for those of you that are just seeing this for the first time, you've been invited here. Let me just clear the air. This is not your grandmother's network marketing company. Is that all right? You're going to see that before this is done. This is completely different. But I like for you to know who I am. I got started in this industry and I'll be transparent. I've done everything. Amway, Primerica, ACN, XL, candle parties, shoe parties, lingerie parties. Y'all forgive me about that one. Pray for me. No, I've done it. I've done it all. Cutco, Kirby. I did the knives, vacuums, all of that. Legal plans. I made about $1 million selling legal plans. And to go from being broke sometime to making 30-some thousand dollars in a day was just crazy because I had a home in foreclosure and 3 children. And I needed some things to change. And I just saw people that they didn't even have a 12th grade education, but they had time freedom and financial freedom, living their dreams. And so whatever it is that they were doing, I wanted to do it. And so with that said, guys, look, what you have been invited here tonight to see is Riman. And Riman stands for reborn, rebirth, gift of God, and independence. What you see there are our 3 pillar brands. ICD, which stands for Intercellular Dermatology, Bodalab, and our Lifening. And guys, with that said, look, I am going to talk quickly because we have an all-star testimony here. But even while I'm doing this, I'm going to make one of my partners here a co-host just in case I have internet trouble. There you go. I have him a co. Yes, and you can take notes. A lot of people are taking notes. Okay, we got you. So with that said, look, this is who we are. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to thank the person that invited you. Even though you may not have seen it yet, thank the person who invited you here. But this is what I needed to know up front from a business perspective because I wanted to do my due diligence. And so being in business, I needed to know that this wasn't high risk, right? And so what I found out was that Ramon had already been established and proven, and it was started in 2018. But even throughout those COVID years, it had already done $2.5 billion in revenue, being the #1 rated K Beauty brand. And if you aren't familiar with K Beauty, guys, I promise you, it is a tradition that is now trending everywhere. That glass skin, people are glowing everywhere. And in South Korea, they had already sold 40 million bottles in just South Korea. Hold on. There's only 50 million people in South Korea. Is that good or good? That's very good. So then they said, look, if we can do that there, why don't we do it in the United States? So they opened in the United States and Canada March the 18th. And my wife and I got started 18 days after they started here. And honestly, Bishop Jakes had just said that your next level of wealth and prosperity are not going to come from people that look like you or talk like you. I don't know if y'all can tell, I'm an African American, right? Y'all can tell that. See, y'all can laugh at that. And see, they always told me when I was growing up that black don't crack and beige don't age and Asian don't raisin. But that's a lie. Look here, you better learn to start taking care of your skin. It is the largest organ in the body. And so this is why skincare is so important. But we're not just skincare. We are a lifestyle brand. Then we started to open up in other countries, Taiwan, Hong Kong. Mexico, Singapore, Malaysia, the Philippines, United Kingdom, guys, Japan. We have a goal to be in 50 countries over the next 5 years. This is huge. And this is what I love because Forbes said the best time to position yourself in an opportunity is when it's doing a global expansion or product launch. Watch what I'm going to show you. This is Chairman Han, the #1 product formulator in all of Asia. Hold on, I'll say that one again. The #1 product formulator in all of Asia. I was just with him 2 weeks ago. This gentleman, he saw his daughter sleeping and he said, wow, what if I could invent something that allowed everybody, no matter what their age, race, or ethnicity, to maintain their youthful glow? So he went to work, and this is what he invented. He came up with ICD, Bodalab, Lifening, premium skincare, and personal care programs, guys. See, this right here is what our distinctions are. It separates us from everything else. Our Beyond Poo, but now giant Beyond Poo. Let me make it plain. We created our own plant, y'all. Can we keep it real here? We're family now. You see down there, there's a small plant of Beyond Poo. What we did is we took that plant and we grew it larger with Jeju lava energy water. Now, I know I have some geographic specialists on the line here. And so you say, well, can't you get lava energy water in other places? Well, in Spain, it's too sandy. In Japan, it's contaminated. In Hawaii, it's too deep. So the only other place is Jeju Island, which is a UNESCO heritage site. It's like the Hawaii off of South Korea. And guys, I'm telling you, I've been there. I know too much. I've seen it. And they took this water, they took this plant, we grew it 5 times larger, which is also known as Asiatic pennyworth, tiger grass, or Centella asiatica. And then we also tapped into nanoliposomal technology. Hold on, I'll break that one down. That's whereas, see, a lot of companies can't even afford to do that because what we do is we break it down, whereas to billions and billions of particles small enough so it can go to the lower epidermis of skin. So therefore, Mr. Willis, am I good? So therefore, understand, we just don't do skin care, we do skin repair. Y'all should write that down too. So that's what separates us. But here's what's so invaluable: our vertical integration. This is how we're able to go seed to sale, farm to face, guys, because we own everything. So therefore, we don't have to transfer all the costs to the customers because on Jeju Island, we own our own solar power station. We own the farms. We own the labs. We own the water center. Guys, it's amazing. But for those of you that have not been there, let me show you.
Jeju Island, the birthplace of Inselderm, where nature and tradition inspire transformation. Made different, elevated to its full potential. The world's first and only smart farm for Pyeongpool. Introducing the first of its kind, Giant Pyeongpool. Infused with Jeju lava energy water, a powerhouse of intense hydration and radiant vitality. Experience the legendary glow and lifting effect of K-Beauty. Experience the difference, a difference you'll love. The all-new Inselderm, Riman.
And I hope y'all saw that packaging at the end there. That right there is because we partnered with Pentagram. Pentagram is Madison Avenue, New York, Times Square, a marketing firm. They do the marketing and all the design of packaging for Louboutin, Lululemon, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, the scent fragrances. Well, they did our packaging, guys. That's why it's luxury. And then on top of that, guys, look, this is the Jeju farm. We have the first ever world smart farm for Beyond Poo. As you see, my wife and I there in the picture, we've been there. And it's like going to a Disneyland experience while you're sitting there in that room in the corner. Up at the top there, the entire shade just rolls up and you see this field of Beyond Poo, and you can go out there and pick it and eat it. And yeah, y'all don't tell them I ate it, but I did. Look, I don't care. Look, I wanted to get it all in me. I don't own me, in me, everything. This right here, and then the scientists are there, and just to see, nobody can do what we're doing. See, I just personally, I believe that God put things here on this earth that we haven't even tapped into so that we can walk in total health. And this right here, this Beyond Poop plant is amazing. And then the owners, to show the integrity, they took their first year's profit and they built us a resort, our own village on Jeju Island. My wife and I went there. I didn't know where I was going. This UNESCO heritage site, and you get there, and this whole place where you can go in our spa and you bathe in the Beyond Pool and the whole coffee shop, and you don't everything's paid for. You just go order stuff and enjoy and drink champagne, whatever you want to do. It's all there for you because it belongs to you. That right there is powerful. But guys, on top of that, look, and I think my computer, there you go. Then we have our ICD. This is why skincare or the Korean skincare is so dominant right now because of their principles of cleansing, hydration, and protection. Actually, Dr. Matlock said double cleansing and double hydration because it takes care of your past, your present, and your future. That right there, I love. So this is our water-based line and our oil-based line. I use the water during the day. Yes, I do as a man because the bro glow movement is real. All the men put a one in the chat. Look here. And I use the oil one at night, right? And so this right here is powerful. Then look, we just won the IF award for our product design. That right there is huge in the industry we're dominating. But let me help all of you. Because for those of you that's saying, well, he sounds salesy, look here. I don't sell skin. I share skincare. I sell compliments and confidence. See, this isn't about a sale. This is when you help people look better. They feel better about themselves. They show up better. When you have children who are being bullied because of how they may look. This little girl in the middle, my wife and I, we went down to Dallas, Texas, and we did a regiment, a K pop-up party. And just in one application, her eczema cleared up on her skin. She just the glow, her self-esteem, her smile was bigger. And I needed to see that it could work on all skin types, all ethnicities. And so I began to see the before after pictures of people that took the 7-day challenge. Take a before, try the products for 7 days, watch what happened, guys. But then look, I love my mother, but I started to look like her under my eyes. You see me up there in the corner? I'm not ashamed to say it. And so guess what I did? Well, my wife said, well, baby, you need to begin to use the products. So I started to use the products and look here. Look, no fillers or Botox. Look here, it just started to work. But then my friend MJ Kim in the middle, she's from Atlanta, Georgia, and she had had 4 children. After her 4th child, her body started to take a turn. Her face and skin started to take a turn. Now, after using these products for a year, 2 years, do you see her skin? That's MJ Kim today. Her skin is flawless. Then some of my other partners are on this call. You can see, guys, look. And then they even came out with what some of you all have seen on TikTok, the magical melting mask. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to show you, but this has 100% New Zealand collagen. So for my brand influencers, affiliate marketers that you want to do something online, this is a perfect tool for you to use. I won't show you the video. We don't have time, but I promise you, we did these videos on TikTok. Everybody started calling us, going to our shopping carts because they wanted to buy it. Then we just came out with healthy makeup. Hold on, I'll say that one again. Hold on. Healthy makeup. I did not know the toxins that are in so many ladies' cosmetics and lipsticks and all the different things. This right here is amazing. And guys, of course, I don't use it, but if my wife uses the lip tint or the luminous glow cushion that gives you that airbrush effect, and if it gets on me because I kissed her, then yeah, well, I use the product. But look here, either way, I'm just telling you, I know it works. So this right here is beautiful. But then on top of that, guys, this here is our Boda Lab, our Beauty by Veganology, our hair care and our body care. Our body wash alone has collagen in it. But then our hair care, this is where look, it has desert cola in it, which is known as the miracle of the desert. Governments have used it. This is an amazing product. And guys, it's so powerful and documented on commercials in Korea. They documented it clinically proven after 1 week of use of our hair care, 83% of your scalp trouble level decreases, 29% of your moisture level increases, 20% of your strength level in your hair will increase. And after 4 weeks of use, 62% of hair loss has decreased. Now, from a business standpoint, because I know I have all types of business professionals on the line, but let me help you on a wealth principle. If you're the only one contributing to your income, you forfeit your right for financial freedom. And unless you learn to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So you continue in your profession, but who do you know that's a beautician? Who do you know that's a barber? Who do you know that's an esthetician? Think about distribution points of these products. I'll come back to that in a minute. We're getting story after story of people growing their hair back from burn patches and alopecia and then some cancer patients. People are talking about the products all over. And then this is our lifening line. And this one here, I'll slow down about because honestly, I want to talk to all of my people here. Look, we don't pay attention to it, but usually what's going on your skin is a direct reflection of what's going on in your gut. Gut health is so important. I did not know that men and women should have 25 to 35 grams of fiber per day. I did not know how many people, especially women, that struggle with regularity. I did not know that if you aren't regular, that leads to senility and dementia. I've worked with seniors all my life, so I know this. This right here is huge. This is a natural psyllium husk fiber that goes into the lower intestine and pulls out the toxin and the debris. It is amazing. My wife's girlfriends, before they travel, they will come and pick this up. If they run out of anything, they will not leave home without this. This right here is a game-changing product. And then our beauty collagen, guys, it's an ampoule, whereas it tastes so well, it has a pomegranate blueberry flavor, the collagen. Guys, we have restaurants that are putting this in their drinks as beauty shots and making up beauty drinks. You remember, I told you, I want you to think bigger, think distribution points. Now, with that said, I have the privilege, the pleasure of getting out of the way this lady that I have on the line right now as my all-star testimony. I gotta find her here for you because she's down here. There she is right there. I'm gonna spotlight her for you, and then I'm gonna come out of share mode, but I gotta introduce her first because Miss Sarah Yousefi, she is a senior director. What that means is that she has helped so many people, but that also means that look, she knows 100% of the facts of this business. She loves to have fun. She loves to help people, but also she's making amazing income. She is a fitness competitor. She has worked for the Canadian federal government in multiple departments, but she specializes in foreign affairs. But on even as a mom and a wife on a part-time basis, she is eclipsed the top position in this company, on the way, one of the top, and very soon to be a national director. I'm going to get out of the way for our all-star testimony. Miss Sarah Yousefi, were you able to make it on the line? Yes, ma'am. I got to unmute you. I'm sorry. Unmute. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Miss Sarah. Unmute you. Unmute.
I think we got it.
Yes.
I was like, can you hear me?
Yep.
Thank you, Jermaine. Good to see everyone again. So, my friends, Chris and Tim, dropped off some products to me and my husband one day, and I was really excited to try K Beauty because I heard a lot about it. I love to doom scroll on TikTok, when I'm not at the gym or with my baby, working on myself. It's kind of my unwinding time, and I've seen a lot about glass skin this and glass skin that. It's all over TikTok, and I fell in love with these products because not only are the ingredients super clean, but I wanted to try it out myself. So I started with the routine of the moisture cleanser oil. I have a lot of pores, so and I wear makeup, so when I put my oil cleanser on, and I like to double cleanse. I think Rimmon really works really hard on, believing in double cleansing. I started with the moisture cleanser oil, and not only does it take off all my makeup, but it also helps my pores really extract and, get clean. And then with the double cleansing, with the snow enzyme cleanser, I was really impressed with how clean my skin was. I didn't even have to use micellar water. We all go to Target and we get our micellar water, our Neutrogena wipes. I didn't need to use that anymore because I was double cleansing and it wasn't as harsh on my skin and my skin looked rejuvenated. Then I went in with the Balance Gel, which really made a difference in my skin's glow. And I really, really, really love that product. Every single night I use that. I use all of these every single night, but I noticed a huge difference when I did it in this order. And my favorite, 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 ultimate favorite is the dermatology cream. I've given it to a bunch of friends. I've given it to my mother. And we all see a huge difference. It's not some cream that just sits on the skin like a lot of creams. It actually really absorbs. And as I'll put it on my skin, and my husband will be like, "Did you put something on your face? Because you're glowing." And I'm like, "Yeah, I put the Remon cream on. And it really like makes you glow." And I put that every morning and night. The dermatology serum is amazing. I love to use it and gua sha with it. It's truly amazing. My two non-beauty favorites, every day I take the Beauty Collagen. And that I'm someone who's really into ingredients, not just for my skin, but for my body, because, one of my main accomplishments as a mother was losing 60 pounds in 6 months. And it was, with the hard work of not just, cardio and stuff, but what you put inside your body. So I'm looking at the ingredients. I noticed there's a lot of fish collagen in there and all those things like that. So I'm a huge fan of those. And if I can taste something and I don't taste fish, I'm sold because I'm not a fish girl. So um, I take that every single night. And then a little TMI, as a woman, we have cycles and stuff. Sometimes I'm guilty of being like, "Oh, let me take a laxative," and it's like not the best thing ever. So what happens is you need more fiber in your diet. And I noticed that the Deep Talk Plus had a lot of fiber, so I was really interested in trying this product. I actually hit up Tim and was like, "I'm really interested. Have you tried it?" He goes, "Yeah, absolutely, take it." I tried it. It was stronger than any laxative I've ever taken in my life. And I would highly recommend trying, half a pack at a time, but it will snatch you up. As soon as it gets the job done, you are snatched, your waist is on point, and I really love this product. If I ever go back to doing photo shoots or anything, I will definitely take this the night before. But I'm a big, big fan of this product. So, with that being said, me trying out the products because I'm all about authenticity. I wasn't just going to go starting into Remon not believing in the products. When I saw myself constantly using everything every single day and it's a part of my routine, I thought, I know some people that would like the products and some people that want to make some money. So I started sharing the product and the business so I can make extra cash and so that people I know will try it out and and make extra money that way. And now, fortunately, I'm so glad I started as senior director with Remon, and I'm excited to eventually become national director and work my way up top. And if I can do it as a mom who, is going through a child who is teething right now and it's hard times, but I want to be a good mother figure and manage to go through the gym. Anyone can do it, and I believe in all of you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Sarah. Y'all show some love in the chat for her, please. Just put some hearts and all of those. I think she just made up a new hashtag for us, authentically snatched. I heard her say it snatched. Look here. That right there was powerful. Thank you so much again for that wonderful testimonies and man, phenomenal story. So with that said, guys, look, we're just gonna keep it rolling here, but I mean, shit, look, man, that was amazing. Let me get back into this. So you just heard it from one of the industry's best, and so a mom and all of that just took away everybody's excuse. And so look, but from a business perspective, everybody, because this is where I transition very quickly. Because look, I'm not ignorant to the fact. Scranton University just said that 48% of people are not prepared for a $400 emergency. 64% of people today are living paycheck to paycheck. 48% of people who are earning over six figures a year right now are still living paycheck to paycheck. People right now are just trying to find something, a way to offset the cost of living or pay for gas. Can we keep it real? Look, y'all, come on, y'all. We can talk about this. Look here, just to pay for some gas. Look, we need some extra money right now, right? And so this is just something, guys. Look, I was always taught that you can either work yourself to life or work yourself to death. And if your name isn't on the building, you're probably building someone else's dreams. They say it's a sad thing here in America today. One mother can raise four children, but four children can't retire one mother. You go to the Walmart, you see our grandparents still working. And so somebody is going to have to pay the price, step in the gap. And so when I looked at this, I needed to know that this was real and it was worth my time. And so what I learned is that, look, the K influence, K beauty, K pop, K drama. Netflix said 60% of its users right now are watching something with Korean content. Turn on the Grammys, right? K pop, right? BTS and all of that. My wife and I were on Korea, on K pop row over there. Just in the United States, K Beauty did about $10 billion in 2019. It's predicted to do 30 billion by 2029. You see, the way to success is to find out where everybody else is going and you get there first. Shake Shack just added on a Korean inspired menu. So from a business standpoint, look here, why not? It made sense to jump in to become a part of this. But for those of you that you're really into the numbers or you want some of the statistics, the United States just said that Korean skincare is one of its largest GDPs. Look, doesn't matter about the tariffs. Look, and then Vogue just said that Korean skincare is like living in the year 2050. That right there alone is huge. So, look, we used to live in the day of brick and mortar. Now we live in the day of click and order. I think they're even calling it the retail apocalypse because now 71% of people, they buy online and they buy from brands they follow online and they buy from people that post videos online and they buy from people they know, like, and trust. So I'm going to ask you, who do you know? Who do you know with skin? Uh-huh. Everybody. I'll wait. Who do you know trying to look younger or feel better? Uh-huh. Everybody. Who do you know that's an esthetician? Who do you know that owns a med spa? Who do you know that's a barber? Who do you know that's a beautician? I want you to think distribution points because look, anybody on this line, for those of you as the guests, this is about you. I'm going to encourage you, become a customer. Everybody should become a customer and take the 7-day challenge. Try the product, get your story, because then you can become a product of the product because you can become passionate about it. But I'm going to encourage you, why not become a planner, or as we like to call them, brand ambassadors? And everybody can become a planner for 20 US dollars. Did he say $20? Yeah, $20. 20 US dollars. That gives you your back office, your accounting, your bookkeeping, all of your sales, like funnels and the different things, your shopping carts, things that you can use to help build your business. But that gives you like distribution rights, franchising opportunities. Plus, look, you're first to market. That right there is huge. Whereas, look, we're different. And I told you that up front. This is not your grandmother's network marketing company because we don't have any mandatory auto ships. We don't have any monthly quotas and all those things. Guys, this is a high margin wholesale distribution model. So everybody can get started as a planner. When you get started as a planner, everything that you purchase or someone purchases from you on your site, you get 10% rebate. Is that good or good? That's good. 10%. I mean, that's what the church, God asked for 10%. So 10% is huge. Y'all can laugh at that. But look here, why stop there? See, at the manager or senior manager position is when you eclipse 3,000 sales points, SP, or 6,000 sales points within a 3-month window. That's when you begin, right? And because we have a 90% of the dollar exchange, that's roughly about $3,500 in sales or $6,600 in sales over a 3-month window. You begin to get 20 to 30% back rebate on everything that you purchase or when people are purchasing from you. Now, people that understand business, and they think in terms of investment instead of cost, and you understand ROI, guess what? You don't have to wait the 3 months. See, if you have a means of distribution, or you're the type like my wife and I, where we want to share the product, we want to use the product, and we know how to resell product, then you can get started tonight. You can buy up to the manager or senior manager when you're getting started and start off at the 20 to 30%. Oh, that's huge. Guys, that right there is insane. Now, team leader all the way to director, I like to say that's for people that one, you like yourself. Two, you like to help other people win as well, right? And you know the power of a team. This is where, when you can build a team, you see, look, they actually designed this revenue plan so perfectly, because the planner position is perfect for brand influencers, affiliate marketers. The manager and senior manager positions are perfect for social selling, social retailing. But then team leader and above, those are for people that, look, network marketing works if you work it, and when something works, it will network. And so this is huge. Then on top of that, when you go and you do begin to build a team, that's when the open group kicks in, where you can make also an additional 5 to 30% of those in your team, because you're helping them to win. Then we have a unilevel and a leadership and a revenue share. Guys, there's money on top of money. And from someone being involved in this industry for 35 years, my wife and I have never been this blessed in this industry until this. And I promise you, when something like skincare, when people find a good skincare that works, they keep it. Now, leadership match. This is a huge portion, because let's say that you're seeing it tonight. You're a team leader and you found Sarah, and Sarah found Sherrod, and Sherrod found me, and all of us became team leaders. Well, guess what? You're going to get 40% of what Sarah does. You're going to get 20% of what Sherrod does. You're going to get 10% of what I do. What if I start making an extra $100,000 a year, a month? Exactly. A week. Look here. Do you love me? Oh, you love me and you don't even know me. See, this is because you understand laws of first movers advantage. You got in. My mentor said, when opportunity comes to knock at your door, please don't have to run back to get your coat. The unilevel portion is another portion in the compensation plan. Look, I don't want to show you too much because it'll just overwhelm you, all the money that is available, and people are actually, though, making here on a part-time basis. Guys, it's insane what we're already doing. And guess what? We're just getting started. So, of course, if you're going to get started, right, in a skincare or life or lifestyle brand, you want to get product. You can't rub a brochure on somebody's face. That's just not going to work. That's like you having a McDonald's and you don't have any French fries. Or like my daddy, he opened a shoe store in Alabama and he didn't have any shoes. Look, I'm just saying, you got to get you some products. So this is where, look, for those of you that you understood it and you said, you know what? No, I want to get started at the manager position or senior manager position. Well, those people, they usually get 2 of the premium kits or 4 of the premium kits. And now they have enough product to use to also sell. My wife and I, we do these go bags and or sharing bags. And so we'll just take the product to someone, leave it, come back, get it, right? So you can do that. Or we also do these K pop-ups, sipping samples, go and glows, where people come over to the house, wash their face, get their glow on. And the thing is that they don't want to wait to get their product in the mail. So we can sell them ours. Promise you, happens at every party. Then you have the starter kit plus there. It gives you some of the product as well as the collagen and the detox, plus some free product. And then the starter kit, as you see, look here, that's about 10 products. That's enough for your personal use. But do you see the average of the cost price per bottle? If you're getting about that, that's about 9 or 10 products there for $335. That's roughly, look, that's roughly about what, 25 to $35 about. That's insane for luxury skincare. I was at Costco and there was a brand over there had some miracle water they're selling. Just a bottle of sterile water to go on your face was $269. Please, that's insane. Guys, look, then you don't have to talk the way I talk because you just want to plug into the system. You don't have to learn how to do all of this. We have orientations for you to learn the ABCs and the one, two, threes of the business. Then we have our Thursday night presentations that you're on right now. You just want to show people the product and those that choose to build a business just to generate some additional income to offset the cost of living. Then look, invite them. And then on top of that, as I said, what did Forbes say? The best time to position yourself in a company or opportunity is when they're in the middle of a global expansion. Guys, look, our goal is to be in 50 countries in the next 5 years. Are we doing it? Yes. Every place that we've opened up, it has just been a frenzy and we're just getting started. So who do you know? Who do you know in other countries? Guys, that's amazing. Then we just came out. You remember I said the new product? We just came out, balancing gel cleanser. Then our Radiant Some 100, remember with the microfluidizing? We just made that one even smaller to do more work. Then our events. See, this is powerful because this is a community of people. And let me throw this in from a financial standpoint. I just heard where economists say the one thing that AI will never replace are communities. And the best thing that you could be investing right now is in communities. Riman is a wonderful community that really wants to partner with you guys. And so we just came back. This is why I'm talking like this. I'm excited because we just came back from Long Beach. Have time to show it to you. Don't worry about it. But if you want to see the next one, don't worry, I don't have time to show you. Let me go here. The next one is coming up in 148 days. We are going back to Las Vegas. Make sure you're at this event. I see you smiling, Brother Antoine. You make sure you be there with us, brother. I see you down there. I don't know who you are, but I see you smiling, brother. Can't wait to see you in Las Vegas in 149 days. It's going down. Look, you want to be with your brothers and sisters. And then, guys, look, we're having fun traveling all over the world because as a planner, you can qualify for some of these trips. We're going to the Bahamas, Thailand, to Monaco, to Dubai. Look, why wouldn't you? Look, numbers don't lie, but people do. So can I help you? Numbers show right now that there's a 350% increase in Google searches right now for Korean skincare. 56% of American women have shown an interest in K-beauty. 46% of Gen Zers right now are actively using Korean skincare products. 80% of women who try K-beauty report high levels of satisfaction. And 70% of these satisfied customers go on to repurchase K-beauty products, indicating strong brand loyalty. This is why we don't even have to have a mandatory auto ship because we found out the average customer here, they order products 8 to 9 times a year. See, that gives you residual income. And my mentor told me, if you got residual bills, you need to get you some residual income. And then on top of everything else, you remember what Forbes said about products? Look, we just came out with another new heritage ingredient, Jeju chlorella, that's going to change the skincare game even more. Guys, you are seeing this. You are in the right place at the right time. But still, 52% of people today, they live in present fear or past regret. 52% of people, they live in present fear or past regret. I pray that you heard something from Sarah or maybe even myself that causes you to get over the fear. You don't have anything to lose by one, trying the product, but then I would encourage you, look here, why not become a brand ambassador? But then what I don't want is I don't want you to be in that 52% outside of the fear. You have that regret that you saw this and then you waited. You saw this and you passed up on it. You saw this and you thought about it, but then now 6 months later, your neighbor's inviting you over to their house for a K-pop. pop-up. Someone on your job is inviting you over to their house for a K pop-up. Or you go into your esthetician or your beautician and you see Riman up there in there, or you see the Bodalab product in that or in your shop that you go to all the time. Whereas you could have been the one to tell them about it. Look here, get back to the person that invited you here on this call and tell them, look, it doesn't take rocket science. Look, I see this. I'm not passing up on this one. This is like being back in 1963 on the beginning of a Mary Kay, or 1959 in the beginning of an Amway, or 1976 on the beginning of Apple, or 2008 in the beginning of Bitcoin. That's what this is. Get back with the person that invited you here and say, look, whatever he was saying, look, I felt it. And if you really want to know why I talk at this level, why I stay that way, because I have a speech impediment. I stutter, was labeled as handicapped as a child, but I stuttered my way into making millions. But we're just getting started. But if I can do this, where public speaking is the number one fear over death, and if I can do this presentation in front of you tonight, you all can at least put some product on people and change your life. Guys, with that said, I love you. God bless you. Welcome to Riman. Welcome to the family. Y'all be blessed. Good night. Bye. Bye, y'all. I'm done. I told y'all I'm done. Bye.